Dear student, welcome to another new class of geography. In this class, we are going to cover the part 2 of the chapter Weather and Climate. Let's take a look at which topic we are going to cover in this chapter. First of all, we are going to cover humidity and precipitation. First, take a look at what humidity is. Basically, humidity is the amount of moisture that is present in a particular volume of air, that is known as humidity. This humidity is hampered by few things that are present in atmosphere, that are the temperature and the air pressure and the rate of the evaporation. Students, you already know that when the temperature will very high, the rate of the evaporation will increase, and when the rate of evaporation will increase and wind speed will increase, then the rate of the humidity will also be very rapid. First of all, you know that warm air that is having one capacity that holds more moisture than cold air. So humidity will be higher in the lower latitude. Lower latitude means the areas of tropical or subtropical zone, and where the temperature is very high. And humidity will also be very higher in coastal areas than the interior of the continental location. Moreover, higher humidity is experienced during summer as warm air expands and can hold more moisture. And you may have understood that the relation of the humidity and the temperature, evaporation and wind speed. If the temperature will be very high, the humidity will also be very high. Look at this last point. Higher humidity is experienced in summer and as warm air expands and can hold more moisture. Okay, there is an instrument that is called as dry and wet bulb thermometer or a hygrometer that is used for measuring humidity. We will understand about two types of humidity that are present over the atmosphere: absolute and relative humidity. We will understand it through this column. First of all, we will understand that what absolute humidity is. Basically, absolute humidity is the actual amount of water vapor that can present in a unit of volume air in a certain temperature, that is known as absolute humidity. And what is relative humidity? Basically, relative humidity is a kind of ratio, okay, and that ratio is between actual amount of water vapor that can present in the given volume of water and the maximum amount of water vapor that air can hold at a certain temperature. That ratio is known as relative humidity. This thing is the formula of relative humidity. See, the actual amount of water vapor present in the air by the maximum amount of water vapor the air can hold at that temperature into 100. This is the formula of calculating relative humidity of a particular place. Then we will study about the precipitation. This precipitation includes this rainfall, sleet, hail, snowfall, etc. What are the reasons behind the precipitation? Basically, when due to the condensation process, water vapor turns into a very tiny particles and coalesce to form larger particles, and that are known as cloud. And when the cloud is become too heavy to hold the moisture, then they cannot remain suspended in the air and thus came down as rain. And when this rainfall is the most common forms of precipitation. And what is snowfall? Basically, the process is quite same as snowfall, but when in the higher altitude, then the temperature will be very less. When in the higher altitude, condensation takes place. Below the freezing point, water vapor condense into solid particles and causing snowfall. Then another important form of precipitation is hailstone. And what is hailstone? Basically, the hailstone is the moist air which ascends rapidly to be very colder, higher layers of the atmosphere, and the water droplet freeze into ice pellet and fall down as hailstone. The importance of precipitation is that precipitation always helps to lower the temperature of a place. And what is the instrument by which we can measure the precipitation or rainfall? That is known as rain gauge. One new term is here, acid rain. We will find the definition or the reason of the acid rain. Basically, acid due to the industrialization and urbanization, we all know that the air is being polluted by different chemical components, and when these acidic components are deposited with the rain, snow, fog, dew or dry droplet, that are known as acid rain. Look at the definition. Basically, it is the deposition of acidic component in the rain, snow, fog, dew or dry particles. Up to here is today's lesson. We will meet in our next class.